Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Wander and Prepare. Today I got a really cool episode for you. We're going to be talking about the GoFire Fire Starter Set. And I actually picked this up at Tractor Supply, and pretty cool. I think it's got a couple cool things, or at least it looks cool. So I haven't used it, but we're going to try it out and show you what I think it'd be best used for. But before we get this started, a little update on me. I'm actually filming this the week of my father's death, so we actually buried him on Sunday, and I just kind of want to dedicate this video to him. You know, my dad's a lot of the reasons why I love the outdoors, and just want to tell everybody, if you still get a call from mom or dad, answer that phone next time they call, and if they don't call you, you make that phone call to them. Just remember how much of a blessing it is still to receive those phone calls. So, all right, with that said, let's go ahead and jump right in. So again, this is the GoFire kit, and they call it the Ultimate Survival Fire Starter Kit. So it comes with a ferro rod, a striker, some tinder, and it actually comes with a bellow, and I'll show you what that is for those of you that don't know. So let's go ahead and pull it out and take a look at it. All right, let's get that set aside. Get the tinder out. Ferro rod, and this is the bellow. All right, so we'll start with the bellow, because I imagine some people on this channel might not know what this is. But if you've ever seen like dog ear antennas, that's kind of what this is. So when you get a fire started and the flame's kind of small, it helps sometimes to give it some air, and that's what this is for, because it's hard to get your face really close to the air when you're doing that. So this is a bellow. So basically you pull it out, you can blow on either end. I think most people blow on the small end though, and then the bigger end's toward the fire. Don't get this too close to the fire though, because you will burn yourself and everybody else, and you have the chance of inhaling smoke. But basically you just blow on this, and that pushes air out at a pretty fast rate to help accelerate that fire. So super cool gadget that you can have in your fire kit that would just help you get that fire started in an emergency situation. I don't think we're going to need this today, but we're going to set it aside and obviously not get rid of it. But we're going to set it aside. I'm actually going to set it in my pocket so we have room to work. So all right, so this is the tinder that they sent in the kit. Now this is basically like a tumbleweed kind of thing, for lack of a better term. And from the looks of it, it's actually impregnated with some type of a wax, which is really cool. If any of you's ever used these tumbleweeds before, they usually burn really, really fast. And kind of the challenge of them is not necessarily getting a fire started, because usually you use them more than one. But if you have a little wax impregnated with them like this one does, it should start a lot easier, or not necessarily easier, but it should burn a whole lot longer than what they normally do. So pretty excited to see how the performance does on those. So you get 5 of them in the kit. And when I first saw this, the first thing I come to was, hey, this is a great fire kit for like a kid. Learning how to do fire starting, learning how to use a ferro rod, even learning how to get a fire going. So I actually, not too long ago, it was last fall, I think it was actually, I have or maybe it was spring, I have my nephew and a bunch of the neighborhood kids over, and my daughter, and I told them, I said, hey, if you want s'mores, you guys got to start a fire. And it took them a little while to do it, quite a few tries, unsuccessful, but they finally got the fire started, so we ended up having s'mores. And I've kind of been thinking about that, you know, hey, when do you start teaching kids how to make fire? And I don't know a kid that doesn't love fire. So just a cool thing, a cool little kit to get your kids. By the way, I think this was around 10 or 15 bucks. And I was actually looking on Amazon the other day. Zippo makes one exactly like this. So Will and Beth are probably the same brand, just different branded kind of thing, or same person making them. But really cool kit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to shave some of this off the ferro rod to see if we can even get some sparks out of it. So if you don't know, that coating on a ferro rod, when you first get it, that coating will not give you very good sparks if you don't get that off of there. So you got to, and ooh, I already see it. Look at that, getting some sparks. So not the longest cord on here, so gives you enough to get some sparks, but well, I mean, shoot, I don't know what you could ask for any better than that. That's actually pretty good. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to set these kind of on the side here. And normally I rough these up just a little bit. I guess I will just a little bit right in there to kind of see how it does. But roughing it up just a little bit. And I'm going to see if just kind of holding it above it, if I can actually get the fire started with it. So we'll see how it works. Oh, had it backwards. So one thing to note, it looks like this thing is meant to be scraped only on one side. So there's some little measurements right there. And then there's some little teeth right here. It's probably real good. Yeah, not really good with the teeth, but the back side of that, so if the measurements are facing you, then you got it the right way to throw the best sparks. But it's kind of got the blade on one side, if that makes sense. The other challenge with this type of tumbleweed is they definitely move around a lot. So it's funny, I can see a lot of those sparks getting in there, but there we go. Whoa, puts out a pretty good flame too. So there you have it. This is the GoFire Ultimate Fire Starter Set. And again, I got this at Tractor Supply. So just remember, as we're out there wandering and preparing, let's make sure we do so by faith and not by sight. So tell me what you think about this kit. Is this something that you would use? And if so, tell me what you would use it for. Or would you use it to put in your emergency pack? Just something interesting. So leave that in the comments, let me know. One other thing, I want to tell you a little story right before we go, and we're going to do something a little extra. So told you my dad died, so my mom has some important documents that she wanted to burn, so we're going to do that today. But my daughter actually found a lighter in the house the other day. She's 9, and she took it to my wife and handed it to her, and my wife said, well, what do you want me to do with this? And she thought for a minute, and she goes, set the world on fire. So baby girl, that's what we're going to do. Let's set the world on fire. There we go. All right, be safe out there, guys. Let's have fun, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you, guys.